Thanks to Wondrium for sponsoring this video. You can learn martial arts, discover the ancient Roman culture, and explore innovations for climate change, all in one place.
We bought the block about 9 years ago, and those first few years we just camped out here with the family and lit the fires at night, and it kind of really helped us understand the site as well.
Really let us understand the block quite well, and it helped with the design of certain views, where the sun comes up of a morning, where the sun goes down of an evening.
The house is located on the north of Bruny Island, overlooking the Untitled Channel with views over Killora Bay. It's the density of the bush that really makes this place so special. As soon as you walk in through the driveway, like you're just surrounded by white gums, and that's really what kind of drew us to the site.
I can remember when we did purchase the block, as soon as we drove in, it was like, yep, this was it.
This is us.
The environment really clicked with us and made the decision so much easier.
The brief was really simple. We wanted to create a place for us to escape to with friends and family. The building had to strengthen the experience of being immersed in the bush. It had to be a modest building. We didn't want the building to impose on its surroundings, but rather blend in. Because of its delicate setting, the site came with a lot of restrictions to protect the natural environment. It's the 40-spotted pardalope that lives around here too, so all the white gums were protected. So the site itself came with a 18 diameter building envelope, which in itself was a challenge.
Lara and I obviously work in the construction industry, and for some reason designing your own house is just so much harder. There were some interesting conversations between the architect and the engineer as we went through, which was really some fun and games. The site location was probably one of the biggest challenges during construction. It's obviously awesome to get away from normal life, but trying to get construction materials, etc. over here was probably one of the biggest challenges.
Yeah, trying to keep transport to a minimum was key. The shack is designed to accommodate more than one family, so you kind of enter through the middle of the envelope and it welcomes you into this, we call it the sunset deck. That entry deck then leads you into the main foyer of the house.
Where the kids come in and just completely drop everything. That's our mudroom.
Yep, a big mudroom.
As you come off the main entry area, it kind of splits into two, and off to the left is the main living space where it's just a single dwelling if you close off sliding doors. But the secondary space is more of our kids' area. It's got their bunk room and a secondary visitor's bedroom, which with a folded up bed can form their playroom in wet, yucky weather.
The main living, kitchen, dining is oriented to the north of the site to make sure that we get a lot of the solar gain, especially in this quite shaded environment. The material palette was chosen very carefully. We only wanted to use a limited amount of materials, and we really opted for natural materials that would blend in with the environment. It's mainly the dark cladding that really settles the building into its landscape. The dark cladding also extends inside to make sure that we blur those lines between inside and outside as much as possible.
We really tried to limit the use of concrete and steel, but concrete actually formed a really cost-effective solution for us. A single concrete truck came to site, backed up here to the doors. We poured the kitchen bench, the splashbacks, the vanities in the bathrooms.
And the bathroom floors, which made for a really nice finish as well, because it's that kind of feeling of standing on sand nearly on the beach.
The house has been designed to sit up just above the contours on pad footings, so minimal impact in terms of in the ground and excavation. And then the main idea through construction was to use locally sourced materials, and even the floorboards have come from seconds, Tas oak timber, so it was very important to us to try and get local Tassie timbers. As the site is shaded by the surrounding trees, we decided not to design eaves to maximise our solar gain. The house and main living space is orientated north, so we rely on a lot of the solar gain. The heating and cooling of the house is also aided by the flexible floor plan, zoning off certain areas with simple sliding doors. Rainwater is collected by hidden eaves gutters and run by a charge system to the tanks for reuse.
Being in such a bushy environment, we really wanted to embrace the proximity of the trees, and so we did a minimum amount of clearing that we could. My favourite part of the design really is catching the filtered light through the trees. You can really follow the shade of the gum leaves on the cladding, and you can follow it around as the day goes by.
The window seat really catches the afternoon sun, and to come down here and escape from Hobart, read a book there, it's just the perfect location.
Thanks again to Wondrium for sponsoring this episode. Wondrium is the place to find answers to questions you've wondered about. They have a curated collection of short and long form videos, courses, tutorials, how-tos, documentaries, and more, all of which are presented by engaging experts. You can learn about business and finance, history and science, culture and travel, music, cooking, and anything you can think of. So if there's anything you've ever wondered about, then Wondrium is the place for you. I've been learning about some amazing innovations to the challenge of climate change with Wondrium's 10-part series, Solving for Zero, the Search for Climate Innovation. Now, the series recognises the difficulties we face to decarbonise our deeply embedded systems, and it looks to focus on 5 key sectors: electricity, manufacturing, transportation, food production, and something this channel is pretty familiar with, buildings. Like, for example, concrete and steel have a very substantial impact on the climate. In the series, a low carbon emitting concrete is explored. Wondrium also continues to add new content to their platform every month, so there is always something new to explore and learn. So if you've ever wondered about anything, Wondrium will be your new favourite place. Visit wondrium.com/simpledwelling or click the link in the description to start your free trial today.